Rosewood hotels are impressive line of luxury hotels which seek to differentiate themselves from the norm by selling a unique proposition of being culturally exotic. Rosewood prides itself on being unique and one of a kind, and this all plays an important role in contributing to the special Rosewood experience. However, the impact which Rosewood experience seeks to achieve in recent years leaves much to be desired. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. We are G6 Consulting, and we are here today to share our strategies to increase Rosewood's customer profitability and their strategic value. Moving on, what exactly is Rosewood competitive advantage? What exactly gives them the core competency at the moment? Firstly, Rosewood has unique properties like the mansion and the Carlisle, which differentiates them from the other corporate luxury hotel chains. We also noticed that Rosewood has big data analytics capabilities with its customer reservation system, which can allow for more specific and personalized customer services. We also acknowledge the fact that Rosewood at the moment has very great RevPAR as compared to its competitors, but this is not because of the fact that their occupancy rate is higher, but rather their margins are higher due to a more profitable niche. However, we feel that this niche is too small for Rosewood's sustainable growth. And why do we say that? Currently, Rosewood is competing with two groups of luxury hotels. Firstly, the big corporate hotel chains like Hilton, Four Seasons and Ritz-Carlton, as well as the more individually branded hotels such as the Rock Resorts and Harbour Resorts. Where Rosewood is currently positioned is actually somewhere in the middle, a hotel chain with boutique-like hotel services. So the individualism of each hotel is very obvious, but Rosewood can move more towards adopting a more corporate brand and making the Rosewood brand more apparent. And this actually goes in line with the current trend of more demand for corporate branded luxury. Having said so, we set up a few objectives to help Rosewood achieve this. We aim to increase their brand-wide retention rate from 16% to 22%. We also want to increase its brand awareness and its brand image. And lastly, not forgetting to ensure that all our stakeholders are agreeable to our new strategies. However, we identified several obstacles standing in Rosewood's way of achieving these objectives. Firstly, there is low brand awareness at the moment because Rosewood advertising is more property specific, and we see the need to raise their brand recognition and brand usage. As mentioned earlier, corporate branded luxury is more valued at the moment, therefore, Rosewood needs to position itself better to leverage on its corporate branding. And lastly, there is the consideration of low customer retention rate. Rosewood currently has only 5% of its inter-hotel retention rate as compared to a higher 15% as achieved by the bigger corporate brands. So this sums up our overall strategy for Rosewood. We aim to re-evaluate Rosewood's positioning and then to sell a new Rosewood experience in response to the key issues that we have identified. Simply put, our recommendations include presenting a new face to effectively project a refreshing Rosewood experience. Simply put, our recommendations include changing Rosewood positioning at heart and then presenting a new face to effectively project a refreshing Rosewood experience to our potential and existing customers.
Okay, so at this point, it's quite obvious that the only way forward to move beyond the existing subset of the luxury market that currently Rosewood enjoy is to introduce and tap on the corporate branding. But the difficult part is to convince the various stakeholders, including hotel managers and the board of directors, that this is the right decision that will bring them benefits that will override costs. What Scott needs right now is not little details like which air freshener to use, but rather a compelling revenue projection that can substantiate their long-term shift in strategic view and a direction that can align all stakeholders. And this leads us to our first recommendation, HUT. HUT is a corporate branding direction that seeks to leverage on Rosewood competencies. It aims to establish a message that a corporate brand to which bring across the HUT. It aims to establish the message that the corporate brand wish to bring across at the heart of the business and to ensure that it is followed through. For some corporate branding strategy, For every corporate branding strategy, it's important that all the stakeholders are on the same page of the corporate, to allow that the corporate persona to be present throughout the business. However, many of the hotel managers have mixed feelings about the spreading of Rosewood corporate brand. They believe that they have a strong brand independently, and they do not view that Rosewood brand as a value add. Furthermore, some fear that the loss of autonomy to manage the properties with more corporate standards, which could result in the dilution of distinct value. Therefore, Rosewood corporate branding must effectively communicate to these stakeholders the value of a corporate brand. Compelling revenue from cross-selling must be presented clearly, and what makes Rosewood Properties special, which is its ability to capture what is unique about its given location, should be preserved and respected. What Rosewood can do is to position their corporate brand away from the increasingly crowded field of luxury operators that focus on quality and instead focus on an experience. To promote an experience that is so immersive and so distinctive that the customer will look forward to seeing what is offered in other properties. What this means is that we want customers to love Rosewood for its uniqueness, where every hotel is different in terms of its local cultural experience they will attain, and yet similar in the sense that Rosewood brand is associated with the sense of place concept. Customers will seek Rosewood for the unique experience, one-of-a-kind Rosewood experience. For example, through our distinctive trophy properties and also through our cultural tours. The Rosewood experience drew inspiration from the Disneyland concept. In essence, Disneyland is just another amusement park, but what makes it truly special is the experience customer enjoys. Instead of focusing on rides and attractions, Disneyland prides itself as the happiest place on earth, providing magical experiences that customers can't get enough of. Rosewood is right to become the corporate brand that promotes an immersive experience that dwells with the distinctness of the hotel. While experience is important, basic consistent service should be upheld throughout the brand. This can be done through our core competency, our top-in-class analytics compatibilities.
I'll now move on to the phase stage of our heart and face strategy, in which we'll use marketing and branding efforts to project the Rosewood experience and the corporate brand image to potential and existing customers. Sorry. Like I said, the face strategy of the heart and face is marketing and branding efforts to project the Rosewood experience and the corporate brand image to potential and existing customers. So, I'll first bring you back to one of Rosewood's issues, which is its low brand awareness. We asked the question, what does Rosewood Hotels and Resorts mean to you? And as you can see over here, the responses are not very favorable. Hence, it's important for us to increase our brand awareness in order to boost our corporate image. We do this with the face part of our heart and face strategy, in which we have 3 steps. Firstly, we have 3 steps to boost the corporate image of Rosewood, hence enhancing the face of Rosewood. Firstly, we relate hotels to the Rosewood brand through direct name changes to each hotel under Rosewood. Secondly, we advertise the Rosewood experience through various channels to reach the luxury market. Finally, we sell the Rosewood experience through travel agents. I'll start off with point number 1, which is to relate hotels to the Rosewood brand. The balloon's idea of preceding the name of every property with Rosewood was met with concerns that the name would take away from the already established name of the property. Here, G6 Consulting presents a compromise. Rosewood, the name of Rosewood, will succeed the name of the property. So here are a few examples in which a Rosewood hotel is added to the end of each property name. This maintains the property's brand image as the main brand, while still relating the property to the Rosewood brand. Secondly, we want to advertise the Rosewood experience. As I mentioned earlier, our target audience is the luxury travelers. Hence, we have identified 3 different avenues to best reach out to them. Firstly, you use travel magazines like Lonely Planet. Secondly, you can use online advertisements to reach out to the people who are researching online. Both the online advertisement and the travel magazines can link to an attractive website that fully explains the Rosewood experience and what to expect for it. You also have links to the individual hotels that Rosewood has. Lastly, we will need to sell the Rosewood experience. We have identified two avenues to reach the two different kinds of luxury travelers. The travelers that go with tours and the travelers who enjoy the free and easy kind of travel. Through travel agents, we reach out to the travelers that go with tours. We'll get travel agents to choose our hotels as part of the luxury package and pay these travel agents a small commission. Through TripAdvisor, we'll reach the travelers who enjoy free and easy, and we also try and incentivize Rosewood's customers that are currently staying to leave good reviews on TripAdvisor. This will increase brand equity. Through the phase strategy, we rebrand and market the Rosewood hotels, which will lead to an increased corporate image due to the higher exposure to luxury markets. Hence, there will be a better corporate image. We can appeal to the luxury travelers who prefer hotels with corporate brands, and this increased awareness of corporate brand image will also help increase customer loyalty to the Rosewood brand.
Right, that brings us to the impact. So there are four main costs that we need to consider here. These are key costs. Firstly, we assume marketing costs to be worked out at $1 million a year. Secondly, rebranding costs, these are largely physical costs. We found that the average is around $100,000 per hotel. So for our 13 hotels, that comes up to $1.3 million in the first year of rebranding. For cost of cultural experience, we deepen the cultural experience through creating a new set of tours, and this converts to roughly $12 per guest. This will be factored into when we calculate the revenue per guest. Finally, we look at commission costs. Because we're advertising heavily on TripAdvisor.com and other such websites, this will, and going through travel agent, this will create a commission cost for us. Right now, we already have a certain level of commission, but now we're going to incentivize them to provide us with further exposure. So in doing so, we raise the commission cost by about 5%. Traditionally, market rate is about 10%. So by raising it by 5%, we believe this is a very strong incentive for them to further promote our Rosewood hotels. So some of the key assumptions are here. When we calculate, okay, so the customer lifetime value after our financials comes up with an increase by about 2.54%. Accumulated wealth by the end of 2009 increases by 38 million. The key assumptions here are that multi-property guest stays will increase by about 5%, and the total visits will increase by 2009 by 42,000. So overall, after the customer lifetime value increases by 2.54%, and the total number of repeat visits increases substantially by 42,000, we can see that the change in profits has a CAGR of about 9.7%. So this is a fairly impressive CAGR, and it's factored in because of one, the repeat in the number of guests, increase in the number of visits, and secondly, the increase in the lifetime value of each guest. So we started out this whole presentation by noting that Rosewood actually taps into a very profitable niche. It's a great company, and it's targeting a very profitable niche. But the key issue here is that this niche doesn't provide sustainable growth. It's a small niche that cannot sustain Rosewood into the future. So what we're doing here, we've recognized this is an issue, and we've recognized that Rosewood has great competencies. We have data analytics, we have a strong immersive experience, and we are doubling down on these key traits, these key competencies of Rosewood. So through our strategies, we rebrand Rosewood, we create a strong Rosewood experience. And through this experience, we go tap into the heart of Rosewood. And through this, we promote all the other hotels. And through Phase, this is a rebranding and marketing strategy. And through this, we raise awareness of our corporate brand. Rosewood currently faces threats from inside and outside. Our guests, our employees are resistant to change. They do not want to change the corporate brand because they feel it impinges on their autonomy and on the history and cultures of the individual hotels. It faces external threats because the other hotels, our competitors, are growing rapidly. And while our niche is profitable, it doesn't provide us with the same amount of sustainable growth. So in view of this, we came up with a compromise. And through the Heart and Face is a compromise to deal with both the internal issues and the external issues. It's to create a strong corporate brand while retaining the autonomy and the individualism of each of our hotels. So this is the beauty of Heart and Face. It brings together the internal issues and the external issues, and it compromises between the two of them to deal with both of them at the same time. This taps into our core competencies and creates the 2.54% increase in customer lifetime value. This taps into our strengths and translates into a 9.7% CAGR. This is the beauty of Heart and Face. We set out this whole presentation with three main targets. We wanted to increase customer retention, we wanted to increase brand equity, and we wanted to satisfy our stakeholders. So customer retention, we've more than met it. We started out with 16.67%. By the end of 2009, we reached 22%. This is an impressive 6% increase in customer retention. After that, we've strengthened our brand equity and also we've satisfied our stakeholders. We believe that through Heart and Face, we've more than met all the targets we set out at the beginning of this presentation. Right now, we know that Rosewood's a great brand.
Last sentence.
But through our strategies, we hope to bring it to the next level. Thank you.
I think one clarification question. What is the cultural experience?
Within your
In your financials.
Sorry, can you repeat?
What is the cultural experience in your financials?
Okay, so many corporate brands, hotel, they compete on one single thing and one single thing only, and that is quality. For example, Oriental, Mandarin Orange, Marriott, all compete on quality, and you realize that that is a very crowded venue. That is not a venue that taps on Rosewood competency. That is not a venue that will let Rosewood become a new market leader. So what we are trying to propose is actually to leverage on their special distinctness in each culture. In each location, they share the culture with the location and try to change their hotel similar to the it's actually part of our implementation of how we can let them leverage on their culture, further increase how their culture value of each hotel. For example, they can do it through cultural tours, or maybe through improving their current infrastructure to always remind customers what their hotel stands for and what they are actually paying for.
Okay.
Can we go to the Kayla? So currently we are earning around 43 million dollars. And we will be hitting around 65.
Thereabouts.
So that is the same number of hotels.
Yes, it's the same number of hotels.
We currently have an occupancy rate of 62%. Don't you see that that's a problem? That we can't achieve this growth of 9.7% CAGR just because of the fact that we have enough.
We did a calculation based on the occupancy rate and the current number of visits. So we calculated that they have 222,000 rooms. By the end of 2009, based on my calculations, 200, they can accommodate 222,000 visits per year. This is based on the occupancy rates.
Visit days.
Yeah, visit days. Yeah.
So how many rooms are there?
I didn't go into that detail.
Okay.
But basically, based on the current occupancy and the current number of visits, and I calculated that they can accommodate up to 222,000 visit days per year. So based on this set of numbers, by 2009 they hit roughly about 100 and let me check. I can't remember offhand. They hit 179,000 visit days per year. So this is the figure that is here, 179,942. So based on this, you're still looking at a good 50,000 unoccupied visit days.
So just tell me simple math, because it's 62% occupancy rate, from 40 million to 60 million, that's a 33% growth. Right? I'm just assuming that you're increasing the number of nights, that will be around hitting a 95% occupancy rate. You get my point? So if I'm just scaling up based on the occupancy rate and also by in terms of the revenue you're earning, because you're not charging more per person, right?
Not precisely. Because the average daily spend, as you can see, I increased it slightly year on year based on how the average daily spend changes. Because average daily spend includes not just room fees, but also spending on stuff like room service, auxiliary services, so on and so forth. So as you can see, we found a CAGR for average daily spend. So we scaled this up year on year. So the increases from CAGR doesn't come solely from increases in occupancy. It also comes from how much they spend on auxiliary services and on stuff like room service. He also, because this is quite a long time frame, 6 to 7 years, he also does some adjustments for the room rates that we expect to increase.
What's our auxiliary services growth rate?
How much your total average daily spend growth rate?
I think that's about 3%. Oh, let me check. Can't remember offhand. Auxiliary spend, daily spend, 3.8%. Yeah, sorry, remember.
So the last question I have is, so I just did a simple calculation for you for 50,000 rooms there, 50,000 days left out of 220,000 days. Means that your occupancy rate is about 77%.
Yeah, about 70-ish%.
I think that's not realistic because you have not accounted for seasonality. So I don't think you're able to hit that amount. Just another question in terms of the corporate branding. Do we know why companies like you all mentioned Ritz-Carlton and the likes of them, why do they have a much higher retention rate versus us? You know what's the driver behind it? Is it just because of the fact that like brands like Marriott, they have named Marriott, that's why they get more customers, or is there any other reason why?
I think a good part of it is also the fact that it's located in more places than us.
Okay.
So their hotels are much more accessible than Rosewood's hotels. And I think part of the reason why the key ideas in this case is that we would like to expand Rosewood as a brand, and we would like to expand the number of locations we have. So currently we have 13 locations. This doesn't compare very favorably to, like, for example, I think Hilton is about 50-ish, 60. So this is so part of what we want to do here eventually is to use this as a springboard to increase the number of hotels we have. So this is a mutually supporting strategy. But the capex for expanding the number of hotels falls slightly beyond the scope of this.
Sure. So can you bring me back to the travel agent part? So yeah, the next section. How are you planning on selling Rosewood as? I assume you're selling Rosewood as a destination hotel, right? So Rosewood or this experience, whatever. So how bring me to maybe how you plan on selling Rosewood, like as a package.
So we have considered quite a few options. Firstly, the first thing that we thought was maybe like a package where they only go to the different locations with Rosewood hotels. But we realized that is not feasible because Rosewood only has 13 hotels and they are located in very various places. So instead, we were thinking that if a lot of travel packages, they have like a luxury day and then you go around seeing the cities. So we plan to make Rosewood that luxury day kind of thing where it's like the resort that you enjoy yourself first and sink yourself in the like culture and experience of that town before you go around and check out the attractions in the cities itself.
Last question from me. So you mentioned that you're going to go towards the master brand, kind of corporate brand, kind of hotel direction. Back to the same point of only having 12 to 13 properties, don't you see that putting yourself amongst this huge group of people with the cash behind, with the financial means behind, with more properties behind, we'll put ourselves at a disadvantage?
Well, to answer your question, in the first place, we are not directly pitting ourselves against the big corporate brands like Ritz-Carlton and Hilton. But rather, we want to, as we mentioned earlier, our positioning is somewhere in the middle between the more boutique hotels and the more corporate hotels. So Rosewood is somewhere in the middle. But we find that right now, they are still marketing themselves as more of a boutique hotel range. Like each of their hotels has individualism, but they are promoting each of their hotels' unique features, but they are not really moving towards the corporate side of things. So and that is why, in order to increase our customer retention rate, which is really our main objective here, we aim to achieve this by promoting more appropriate marketing efforts. So, just to wrap up, it's not really to compete directly with them on this in terms of corporate branding.
Sure. Okay, thank you. Just a quick question on this side. Is it a problem that, okay, so you're saying that we're between corporate and boutique, right?
Yeah.
So we're probably, correct me if I'm wrong, in terms of room size, we have corporate size. Meaning, like, size of our properties.
Yeah, no, I get what you mean. But in terms of size of our individual properties, do we know how big it is compared to like corporate versus boutique?
We
By size, you mean capacity?
Yeah,
or like
capacity.
capacity.
are slightly bigger than boutiques. But
Slightly-
but
slightly
we're
bigger.
still closer towards the boutique side of the range.
Alright. Yeah, I'm good. No. Alright, if not, thank you.
We're about
You have my clicker?
yeah, it's real like
Yeah.
It's just that if you put us in the study, that's fine. But that runs the risk of us not being able to it's the key points. Like, you need to give 3 or 4 single points very clearly. But if you don't have the other
That's why I gave you I noticed Jimin's problem is not like
I saw that you all have a social media hashtag. That's how we didn't do so. We didn't do so. What's the new big was MySpace? What?
Trash.
the same thing.